Good morning, everyone. Welcome to 24/7. My name is Niharika, and I'm with you with the area of ABFM. And I'll be with you for the classes of ABFM there in terms of the CIP examination. So, we are covering up 80 days, 80 classes. So, let's understand the topics there. Before we proceed further, if you're looking forward towards your CIP preparation and you are feeling that you are not able to do it on your own, then you can definitely take up our courses because it's high time at this point of time. If you'll delay your preparations, then ultimately it's going to create a trouble for you. So it is way better that whatever you will do, you have yourself streamlined. So if you want to streamline yourself in your preparation, you want to go through proper timelines for your studies, then what you can do is you can take up our course, and in our course you'll find proper timetable, proper details, so you can take up the course and get yourself regular in terms of your studies, right? So if you're looking forward to it, so hurry up. You can check it out in our web or in our app, or you can check it out on our website itself for the further details. Okay, so let's start the topic then. The first question says, who among the following has given the 14 principles of management? The one who has given the 14 principles of management is Bernard, Henry Fayol, F.W. Taylor, or Fleming. Okay, if I talk about F for 14, F for Fayol. That's one of my ways of learning it. Fayol gave the 14 principles. That is called, he's known as the father of general administration, who gave the general management basic rules. That means centralization, decentralization, discipline, order, equity. Those basic things were given by Henry Fayol. So he has we definitely owe to him regarding these things, that he has given importance to the entire area of the management, where he talked about humans rather than talking about the work. So he's known as the father of modern management theory, for he was the first to suggest the functions of management which are recognized on as an essential part of the work managers work by modern authorities on the management. That's the first question, and here comes the next one. Which among the following are parts of the job description? Duties performed, job summary, job identification, supervision given, or delegation of authority. If I talk about this part, it says which among the following are parts of a job description. How do we define a job? Through duties performed, through job summary, through identification, through supervision, or delegation. It is basically 1, 2, 3, 4, or 2, 3, 4, 5, or uh, the next one is 1, 3, 4, 5, and last one is 1, 2, 3, 4. In this area, I think everything else can be deleted. Duties performed is a part of it, job summary is a part of it, job identification is also a part of it, supervision is also a part of it. But the part of your job that you will be delegating is not a part of it. So in this case, the correct point is that 1, 2, 3, and 4. Right? Then, next point. Next point says management is a continuous process. Managers first plan, then organize, and finally perform the function of controlling. That is, both A and R are correct, and R is the correct explanation of A. Both A and R are correct, but R is not the correct explanation of A. A is correct, but R is incorrect. Last is A is incorrect, but R is correct. Management is a continuous process, number one, and second is managers first plan, then organize, and then finally perform the function of controlling. Management is a process which is a never ending one. See, if I stop managing my classes, what will happen? There won't be a class anymore. If I stop working on the time there, nothing will happen. So, management is a process which cannot be stopped. See, even in the classes that we are conducting, even in this PPT, there's a management. Where to put things, where to align things, where to show everything. That is also part of management. So, management is a continuous process. And if I have to specify about management there, both of these things are correct. Management doesn't end, and we start with planning, then we organize, then planning, organizing, staffing, then we have directing, and then we have controlling. Right? So these are the basic functions of management through which we work. So management is a process which works towards achievement of the goals of the organization. Next point, another name for matrix organization is flexible, geographic, project, or none. Then another name for matrix organizations are those organizations which are basically working on a specific project, expert that is required in that project. It can be HR, it can be the software engineer, it can be anybody. Any system is not allowed in our country at all. Next point, dynamic functions of management includes planning, organizing, staffing, directing, controlling, coordinating, decision making, dotted line reporting. So this is what they specify. Now, in India, which pricing practice is not permissible? Penetrating, skimming, predatory, or none of the above? If I talk about the pricing there, na, in our country, first is penetration pricing. This is allowed. For example, let me give you example there. If I talk about MI phones, MI is Xiaomi is basically the name of the company. Xiaomi started with maybe around phones rated from 4,000 to onwards. This means that this organization was ready to give phones in pennies just to enter the market. Then they stayed in the lower end market. So they had been making good amount of money in this area itself. So this means they were ready to enter the market by producing something which would be of low cost so that people will purchase it further. Then second is skimming pricing. This is what iPhone does. What iPhone did, that I am an elite phone. If you really want to buy me, you will have to shell out good amount of money. And anybody who's having this phone, if you are buying a new model, you will always have to shell out more money. That means first of all they eat up all the people who are ready to shell out good amount of money, and then after that when they introduce a new phone, then the older model can be given to you at a lower price. This means first of all they eat all the cream, and what is left is a toned milk, right? And even the toned milk is taken by them. Even when the model price goes low, they are still selling those models because they have already fetched more than a lakh for that particular phone now. So now if anybody wants to buy it, they can buy it for 20,000, 30,000, 40,000. Not a problem to them. Rather, they have already got the money they wanted. Right now, whatever money they get is good for them. So in this case, it is predatory pricing. So this is a pricing strategy which is basically undercutting on the larger scale, where the dominant firm in the industry will deliberately reduce its prices of the product and service to loss-making firms in a short term. This predatory pricing is not allowed. In our country, everything is allowed, but predatory is not allowed because you cannot deliberately kill the small companies. In our country, small setups are given good amount of respect, and that is where they specify that this particular system is not allowed in our country at all. Next point, dynamic functions of management includes planning, organizing, staffing, directing, controlling, coordinating, decision making, representation, innovation, and administration. Coordinating, decision making, then representation, innovation, planning, staffing, directing, and controlling. Among the following, which is dynamic? Dynamic means which changes. In this case, the correct answer would be coordinating, decision making, representation, innovation, and administration. These things are never the same. Coordination keeps on changing, decision making is definitely something that gets affected, representation always changes, and then innovation is something that is always in dynamic nature. Do you think our classes would have started in this way if there wouldn't have been any technological advancements? There had been technological advancements, that's why we're sitting here and having a class. That means dynamic functions of the managements are there. Then next point is dynamic function, that is coordinating, decision making, representation, innovation, and administration. Next point, the single use plans include program, project, budget, quotas, schedules, or none of the above, or policies, procedures, methods, rules, and regulations. Programs, projects, budgets, quotas, schedules, and standards. Single use plans refers to those plans which are prepared on the basis of the fact that, single use plans are the plans which are only used one time, nothing else. They're just used once, and after so that is what they specify. For example, launching of a new product. If I have any specific product which is absolutely new, always remember wherever you find rule now, rule can never be a single use plan. Do you really think the rules have changed? When we were, I think not, when we were not even born, we know that red light means stop, right? Yellow light means get ready, and green means you can go now. Has the rule changed? It's not a single use plan. It has been staying before us, before we even existed in this world, and even after us, it would go like that only, isn't it? So, in this case, number one, wherever you find the term rules, C is eradicated altogether. Then, in terms of the A part, programs is definitely a part of it, but then projects is also a part of it. Budgets are normally single use plans, but schedules can be and cannot be, depends upon the scenario. Uh, One of the things that makes it different is okay, it has to be A. Standards are not single use plans. Standards keep on changing. So this has to be A. It has to be A. It's given D, but it has to be A. Because programs, projects, budgets, quotas, and schedules, these are used once, but standards are not used only once. Once the standard has been set, then it goes further. For example, if I say this t-shirt that I'm wearing is basically S or it is M, the shoulder size, the overall torso length has already been determined, and it goes in the same way. It is not something that is single use. It is used again and again, right? So this is wrong. Next question, which of the following is the goal of financial management? Maximize the equity of the shareholders, maximize the wealth of the preference shareholders, maximize the wealth of debenture holders, or all of the above. FM has two basic rules. One is to increase the wealth of the organization, profit maximization, wealth maximization. Only these 2 points are there, nothing else. And yes, whenever they are working, wealth and profit maximization, both of these things relate to the original owner of the company. The original owner of the company is the equity shareholder. So it is maximize the wealth of the equity shareholder, right? Because equity shareholders are the original owners of the company. That's why both the goals of the organization, that is wealth maximization as well as profit maximization, both of these things are in their hand only. Next question, what does financial leverage measure? What is it that the financial leverage will measure? Financial leverage is basically the, we can say it talks about the organization's way of working in terms of their no change in with EBIT and EPS, the sensibility of EBT with percentage change with respect to output, the sensibility of EPS with respect to percentage change in EBIT or variation in the level of production. Is what is happening is financial leverage is the leverage that we provide in terms of the long term working, debt and equity, how they are being used. So then in this case it is basically EBIT and EPS, whatever we are making in the business from the earning before interest and tax. So sensibility of the EPS with respect to the percentage change in EBIT level is the question there. Next point, the main effect of inflation in financial statements is profits are understated, overstatement of assets, adequacy of funds, or erosion of capital. Whenever we see there is the main effect of the inflation is what? When we talk about the main effect of inflation, then in terms of inflation, it can be stated that in terms of inflation, we can say that there is the profits are not understated. Then overstatement of assets can be there. See, if I see inflation, the expenses there would be a rise, and the income will also be having a rise there. It causes erosion of capital because you don't have money there. That's one of the basic problems, that you don't have money. The money is taken away from you because slowly and steadily you don't have that increase in earnings that you have in terms of your losses there, right? So this is it for the day. If you haven't reviewed our courses yet, then this is high time that you go through our courses. What you can do is you can check out our course on our website or in our app for further details. So what you can do is you can check out our portal for the further details. Let me give you a particular details about that as well. This is where you can go on to our channel and study the, you can go through the details of the examination there, right? So what you need to do is you need to come down here. You can open up the JIB and CIB area. In this area you have to go to the CIB 2023. Here you will get CIB new selection batch. Here you will get CIB selection batch, which is there, new selection batch for both bilingual as well as the English medium. You can check it out that in this area you will get around 200 hours of classes along with 20 test series that has been there, and more test series are there to be there added. So these are the timings for all the classes that have been started there, right? So what can you do in this case is you can click on the area of buy now and you can use the code Y 541 and apply it, and you'll get at 4799.80. So the validity is for 6 months. If you're looking forward to it, then you can purchase it right away, because there you have got around 81% discount. So if you want to look forward to it, then what are you waiting for? Because 81% of discount is going on there, so you can purchase it at this point of time. Or if you want to look forward towards the other batches that are also coming up, every now and then we introduce our MCQ batch, revision batches, or any other sort of batches. So if you're looking forward to it, then what you can do is there's the new selection batches also available in bilingual, so you can choose as the batch as and when that is required by you. What you can do is, if you look forward to this particular area, there is a Maha pack as well. In this area you can take up the CIB Ka Maha pack. In terms of CIB Ka Maha pack, what will you get? In this case you will get all the live classes, mock test, video solutions, revision batches recorded, as well as we provide you recorded videos as well, so that you can review it later on as well in case you miss it out. Ebooks would be available for you. Then numerical batches are there, case study batches are there, then topic wise questions, and even in-depth analysis of the entire area is there. So if you're looking forward to it, then what you can do is you can check out the course on this area. You can click on the code Y541 and you can apply it. You will get at 6999.80. This is at this point of time available at 6 plus 6 months validity. That means there is double validity going on. You will have to pay only for 6 months, but you will get a discount for double of it, right? So you can look forward to this particular batch, and if you're preparing for it, so kindly go ahead and check it out right away. The details of the plans is available here only, so you can check it out in terms of the classes there. So the plans and every further details is there, and along with this, along with these 4 subjects, the elective subjects, rural banking, HRM, IT, digi banking, risk management, and central banking, all things would be available for you. So if you are looking forward to it, all the electives are also available for you. So if you are looking forward towards electives and what to choose and what not to, then you can also review the all these 5 electives, so you can choose what you exactly looking forward to, right? Why to get confused there? So this is what will help you in terms of your studies there. So kindly go ahead and do not delay. And registration has started, everyone. Please hurry up, because why to delay na? Ultimately, why to pay extra money or think about it at the last moment that I want to give the examination? It should be decided earlier and you should pursue it accordingly, right? So I'll be meeting you in the next class. Till then, keep on studying, everyone. Thank you.